Gears game that is officially coming to PlayStation this August is actually getting a physical release when it comes out, but that physical release is on PlayStation and not on Xbox, if you can believe it. Same goes for Ninja Gaiden 4, The Outer Worlds 2, and much more as well. All of these games, whose studios are all owned by Microsoft, pretty much are seemingly only releasing their games physically via PlayStation, but not their own home console. That's kind of weird, isn't it? As confirmed here again by TheGamer.com, Gears Reloaded skips Xbox for physical copies. So what gives? How could Microsoft be doing this and catering honestly more so to their rival platform in PlayStation over their own customers? Well, the truth is, it's actually pretty bleak. It's cause Microsoft, which also owns Activision Blizzard and IPs like Call of Duty and more, has successfully forced the behaviors of owning nothing upon the Xbox fanbase for years at this point. With services like Game Pass, there's no need to sell physical media since Xbox players have become so conditioned to the concept of owning nothing. Even to a degree, you could argue that Steam is the same way for years too. You can find plenty of stories online of players losing access to certain games all over, proving that for years now, when you buy digital especially, you're not actually buying a copy of that game, but a license pretty much to play that game instead. And because of this new normal, the players are technically now at the mercy of what these corporations deem is their way forward. So as an Xbox user, if all you use is Game Pass, you own nothing at all. You can really only play what Microsoft gives you, like a kid being given a Happy Meal by their parents, and when games leave Game Pass, too bad. You like that game? Well, you didn't own it in the first place, so stop crying. And now you're unable to play anything else unless you pay for it, but even then, it's still digital anyway, so it still circles us all the way back to the problem at hand, which is that you genuinely will own nothing, and you should be happy. And since Microsoft has already pushed this reality on Xbox players, and Steam players have kind of already accepted this reality too, it just leaves PlayStation as the last bastion of physical media pretty much, but also not really. Because even on PlayStation, most discs are also just glorified digital codes that exist on the actual discs. Even on Nintendo Switch 2, it's the same thing. As confirmed here back in April 2025 by Polygon, some of the Nintendo Switch 2 game cartridges, they don't even have games on them anymore. Hell, the Switch 2, which is like a hybrid portable system, can't even be played in handheld form unless you authenticate it via the internet as well. And if Nintendo deems that you broke some law, now your handheld is a glorified paperweight at best, and you can't play the thing at all. Effectively meaning that nothing is truly safe from this mentality of zero ownership that these companies are pushing onto every single one of us. You then combine this with the other problem, which is of course the increase in prices. Black Ops 7 and more are also
Planet item complete.
setting this precedent. It's $80 price tags and aggressive
The item is ready.
are going to greenlight other publishers to just do the same. I mean, look at Star Wars
Civilian
Outlaws.
structure
That's Ubisoft
complete.
charging $70 for a game that felt like a side quest that got stretched into like 30 hours. And oh, by the way, it had a $40 season pass on top of that. Or what about Assassin's Creed Shadows? Nobody remembers that.
Military
That also
research
spends its whole
complete.
campaign just blue-balling you with teases, only to end its campaign telling you literally nothing. I played the game, I would know this. And just pushing you to buy the season pass to get the real story of the game. So stuff like this, and now even Black Ops 7, are the poster children for this new wave of corporate greed. And it's just dragging the industry into this dystopian hellscape where games are going to cost as much as a car payment eventually. Okay, I'm joking. They won't cost as much as a car. I hope not anyways. But these days, any hyperbole can probably become a reality. And I really don't want
I am
prices to
listening, my
increase
friend.
further than they already have.
We must teach them respect. You've got the full weight of a starbase at your disposal.
First confirmed $80 game at release. That's right, Obsidian's quirky sci-fi RPG sequel is now priced like a luxury item. Want to explore a game that says capitalism is a modern nightmare?
Our fleet is under attack.
Give into that
Reading
very
you
same
loud and clear.
by paying Obsidian $80 digitally for Outer Worlds 2 then. Why $80? Because Microsoft saw Nintendo slap an $80 price point on Mario Kart World for Switch 2, and they thought, hey, if they can gouge their fans, why can't we? They'll gaslight you and say it's because games are more expensive to make, but
Civilian
it's quickly
research
becoming
complete.
obvious that this isn't really about inflation or development costs anymore. It's about testing how much
Fleet
they
deployment
can squeeze out of
acknowledged.
us before
Comlink
we riot
active.
collectively as a
Control group
collective
created.
unit. How far can the publishers push before there's real resistance from their customers? Oh, they're okay with that $80 price point? What about
Weapons at the
$85
ready.
digitally? Oh, they're still okay with that one too. Let's push it to 90, maybe 95? Ah, screw it. Let's round it to $100 in a few years. 'Cause
Military
why not,
structure
right?
complete.
Like the Outer
The
Worlds was a
strength of the
$60 game back in
coalition.
2019, and it was a hit because it was affordable and packed with that charm that Obsidian was known for before the activists went crazy over there, and now the sequel's price, it just feels like a
Civilian
betrayal.
structure
Like finding out
complete.
your favorite indie band is signed with a soulless record label for the money alone, which is honestly
Civilian
what happened
structure
with Obsidian.
complete.
And Obsidian, which was once one of the bastions of creativity and making cool games that nobody else could, has quickly turned into the very thing that they promised that they never would. Now they make
Civilian
slop
structure
like Avowed,
complete.
and I guess Outer Worlds 2, and you can bet when
Point
Avowed
way
comes
to
to
next
PlayStation
conquest.
eventually,
Orders
they'll be charging them
received.
$80 too,
Ready
hoping that
for
somebody will
battle.
be stupid enough to pay that price for it. Pretty obvious that this has all been Microsoft's, plan, and it has their
Aye.
fingerprints all over it. Because post Activision acquisition, they've been flexing their monopoly muscles on the entire industry. As this little line from the AmericanConsumer.com says, where Microsoft promised to do better post their acquisition of Activision Blizzard, which reads, in reality, the merger would deliver a
Aye.
major victory to consumers who are likely to see significant benefits like expanded access, a greater selection
Can I
of
do
games,
out?
and lower prices. Well, that was a lie, wasn't it? They promised that this acquisition wouldn't lead to anti-competitor behavior, and of course, it aged like milk. But in reality, places like Microsoft are instead winning in the end either way, as PlayStationLifestyle.com said back in January 2025, as it reads here, PlayStation behind 64%
Aye.
of spending on Microsoft games last month.
Civilian
So,
structure
as it states
complete.
here, as you can see, the majority of that revenue came from a single game, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, to nobody's surprise. Proving that they're not making games exclusive anymore, but now they're just making them more expensive across all platforms to form a monopoly instead. And with the Outer Worlds 2, they're normalizing $80 as the new standard prior to the other releases to come. And then by doing this, Microsoft, and by extension Activision Blizzard, are forcing those behaviors, those ideas into the brains of future players to pave the way for those future
Yes,
releases.
I
like
don't have all
Halo,
day.
Avowed, and every other Xbox title to follow suit. when
We
they
go
come to
now, yes?
PlayStation as well. This is predatory because it's not about value. It's about the exploitation of the user. The Outer World 2 Steam page, by the way, lists this $80 standard edition. But there's no real word on what you actually get for that price. Will it have a battle pass? Will it have microtransactions? Or I don't know. Maybe it'll
Can
have
I
a
do
$50
out?
DLC that unlocks the good ending in-game. That might sound like
The
a joke to
item
you,
is
but these
ready.
days, anything is possible. But in Microsoft's opinion, they're just betting that we're going to pay up either way because in their eyes, what choice do we, the players, even have? And then there's Nintendo, the company that's been gaslighting us into thinking that $80 games are innovative now. And their Switch 2 launched with Mario Kart World at $80 digitally, and other Switch 2 edition titles are following suit. And Nintendo's excuse for this is
You've
that
got the
they're
full
calling
weight
these
of a
Switch 2 games that
starbase at your
already exist
disposal.
but are being
Planet
resold on
item
Switch 2
complete.
as
Hostile
enhanced
forces have arrived.
experiences. And
Times
CEO
of
mentioned
war
that
are
Nintendo is
upon
selling
us.
these games with
Good day,
enhanced being
Commander.
part of their selling
Point
pitch.
way
So
to next
now,
conquest.
not only do your
I
Switch
will
2
take it
cartridges
under
not only
advisement.
have the games on them
Ready
anyway,
for
but
battle.
they can sell older games
Easily
back to you,
done.
like Zelda, for full
Reading
price
you loud
again,
and
as
clear.
long as they put
Moving out.
enhanced somewhere in its description box. When in actuality, the only enhancement is the hole in your wallet for
Comlink
buying the same
active.
games for premium price points again, and this time, you definitely don't even own the game either. I mean, Nintendo's price hikes are ruining everything because they're the trendsetters in this situation. Now with Nintendo raising their prices to $80 or $90 themselves, it's very obvious that everyone else is just gonna follow their example. Now with $80 games that you don't even own, they're giving Activision, Microsoft, and even Sony a free pass to jack up prices too. It's like Nintendo's that cool kid in school who started wearing $200 sneakers and now everyone's just trying to copy them. Nintendo's not just raising prices, they're normalizing predatory monetization in a family-friendly package. Remember Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Those games launched at $60 with performance issues so bad they look like a PS2 game running on a toaster. Now, imagine that same game, but for $80 it can run better. Why? Because it's now enhanced. And the Switch 2's hardware isn't even really a huge leap. It's on par with like a PlayStation 4. Yet Nintendo's charging PS5 prices
to
for
next
their games
conquest.
either way. This
I will
isn't
take it under
innovation, it's
advisement.
exploitation. Let's just say it
Yes,
how it is.
I don't have
Because
all
they know
day.
that the fans will pay because it's Nintendo. The same way people buy overpriced Apple products.
We go
Or
now,
how players
yes?
buy every new Call of Duty hoping this one will be different. But at what point do we just say that enough is enough? So let's tie this all
I am
together
listening, my
with Microsoft,
friend.
the puppet masters pulling Activision strings. Their $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard was supposed to benefit gamers, as I showed earlier. Instead, it's led to layoffs and price hikes and more aggressive monetization
to next
than really ever
conquest.
before.
I will
Microsoft
take it
promised that
under
Call of Duty
advisement.
would stay multi-platform,
Order
but they
is
didn't promise that
received.
it wouldn't cost an arm and a leg to keep it that way. Like, even go look at what they did with Halo
Aye.
Infinite. It launched with free-to-play multiplayer, but then it had a $60 campaign and microtransactions that were so bad, Microsoft should have just called it Halo Infinite Green.
Let's show 'em what we're made of. Weapons at the ready. Opening fire. Steady on.
Back in the day. So Microsoft's strategy is clear. They acquire studios.
Military structure complete. Shields down. Can I do out?
Yeah, don't forget cloud gaming. That's Microsoft's pushing, they're also pushing Black Ops 7 on Xbox cloud gaming as well. But of course, you need Game Pass Ultimate, which is $16.99 a month. Want to play on your phone? Well, you better have a NASA-level internet connection, otherwise you're probably screwed. So they're not really making gaming accessible.
Military
They're making
research
the hobby
complete.
into a
Our
luxury,
planet
and
is under
nobody
siege.
seems to care.
Can I
That's
do
kinda
out?
Crazy to me. What's even more insane is if Game Pass doesn't work out,
Aye.
and Microsoft can just pull the plug, and all those
Weapons
players
at the
with their
ready.
Xbox profiles are now
Let's
just
show 'em
SOL.
what we're
Because you
made
really
of.
can't cry about
Opening
Microsoft
fire.
games
Steady on.
when you never owned any of them to begin with. Ultimately, Activision Blizzard's predatory practices, Black Ops 7, $80 price tag, Outer Worlds
Good
2,
day,
all-in
Commander.
assault, and Nintendo's price hikes that are killing the soul of gaming, and people just need to realize this. Microsoft is also enabling it all, and they're laughing as they count their billions, but we're not helpless.
Easily done.
Firstly, I implore people to vote with their wallets. Don't
Comlink
pre-order Black Ops
active.
7. Wait for
Fleet
reviews. It's a
created.
cash grab, which
Ready
probably
for
is gonna
battle.
be real.
Control
Skip
group
it.
created.
Wait till it's cheaper.
Civilian structure
Second,
complete.
support some
That's
indie
more
games,
like
games
it.
like Hollow Knight and Stardew Valley that cost like $15. And they deliver more heart than any of these AAA titles. Play some cheaper games. Play your backlogs. I know 100% every single person watching this right now, you all have like 50 games in your backlogs, don't you? You know who you are. Go play those. Why aren't you playing them? Why do you want to play
I
Black
am
Ops 7
listening,
so
my
bad?
friend.
It's $80
Order
digitally.
is
Go
received.
play the games you already own, goddammit. You have so many games that you could go beat right now. Just
You
do
got the
it.
full
You know
weight
you
of
do.
a star
Play that game
base
you
at your
stop worth having.
disposal.
Go play that game. Why do you do it? You don't need to buy every new game like that comes out. For God's sakes, dude. I'm losing my mind here. But anyway, you don't need every new game that comes out.
Weapons at the ready.
Tweet, comment, even make videos. Let these companies know that we're not.
Let's show 'em what we're made of. We go now, yes? Opening fire. Steady on. Weapons at the ready. Opening fire. Steady on.
Blindly buying the case because they got the next hot celebrity on the cover of the game, hoping that the FOMO is
Ready
up
for
because it's gaming
battle.
like you always do. Ultimately, gaming is at a crossroads right now. Nintendo fans have already shown that they're fine with this price hike, which that sucks, but the rest of us don't have to be. Video games
How?
should not be this
They're through our
luxury
armor.
hobby that only people who make like $100,000
Can I do
or
out?
more should be able to play at regular intervals.
The
This
item
forced
is
price
ready.
gouging is going to just make this industry's worst habits just skyrocket into the stratosphere. And I do hope that this video helped you understand that, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments, subscribe, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't buy
Comlink
Black Ops 7
active.
at release. I'm begging you, just go play your backlog for God's sakes. Okay, I'm tired. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Military research complete. Aye?
The movement to stop publishers from destroying the games that get created has now entered a new phase, as now with signatures piling up, it has now become big enough that they can no longer ignore
Weapons
the
at the
demands
ready.
of the players any longer.
I will
Personally,
take it
without
under
being on
advisement.
signatures from my previous
Weapons at the
video,
ready.
signatures have
Weapons
dropped
at the
a bit, but
ready.
this is because some of the
Opening fire.
signatures
Steady
were
on.
deemed to be illegitimate or possibly botted by some users, which is actually illegal, so clearly those signatures
Point
have
way
now
to
been
next
removed
conquest.
from the overall
Order is
initiative, because
received.
obviously, if they kept
Yes,
it could
I don't
destroy
have
this
all day.
entire thing before it really gets going. But Stop Killing Games,
We go
regardless,
now,
thankfully,
yes?
has reached its goal, so this is a win either way. However, now
I
that
am
the
listening, my
signatures are
friend.
at a healthy spot, it has now caught the attention
I
of the
will take it
European
under
side of gaming
advisement.
publishers. And to say that they're not happy about this whole thing going
Yes,
viral
I
and
don't
all
have all
that
day.
is not an understatement. Recently, Video Games Europe, which is a company
We
that
go
is
now,
directly tied
yes?
to the laws and distributions of video
Good day,
games across
Commander.
Europe, obviously,
That's more
has
like it.
responded officially to Stop Killing Games, and here's what they said. We appreciate the passion of our community. However, the decision to discontinue online services is multifaceted, never taken lightly, and must be an option for companies when
Times
an
of
online
war are
experience
upon
is
us.
no longer commercially viable. We understand that it can be disappointing for players.
You've got the
but
full
what
weight of a
happens
star
is
base
to
at your
ensure that
disposal.
Players are given fair notice of the prospective changes in compliance with local consumer protection laws. Private servers
We've
are
been
not always
crippled.
a viable alternative option for players, as the protections we put in place to secure players' data, remove illegal content, and combat unsafe community content would
The
not
item
assist
is ready.
and leave rights holders liable. In addition, many titles are designed from the ground up to be online only. In effect, these proposals would curtail developer choice by making these video games prohibitively expensive to create. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our position on policy.
Weapons at the ready. Weapons at the ready. Let's show 'em what we're made of. Hostile forces have arrived.
From the top. Essentially, Video Games Europe, which I will just call VGE for now on, is completely against Stop Killing Games because they deem its demands are just
Can
not
I do out?
By claiming that the issue is multifaceted, they conveniently smokescreen the entire argument and whataboutisms, and instead try to skirt around the issue without giving any solutions, but claiming that it's all just entirely out of their hands. So they say it's all because taking these online games offline would just result in a mass commercial cost to them. They need money, obviously. They just don't want to spend extra money creating an offline version of a game that was not doing well enough initially so people can just play it in the future. The fact that they claim that this is impossible is kind of crazy. They're
active.
actually trying to justify the reason why you shouldn't be
Comlink
entitled to the games
active.
that you bought.
Good
even though
day,
with your own
Commander.
money is simply because it wouldn't benefit them. That's really what this all comes down to. We just cut the BS and just say it how it is. Yeah, I find that insane because they are very clearly totally fine with taking your money for these games that they create, happily so. But suddenly, once that transaction is finalized and the money enters their account, they suddenly act like they aren't able to deliver the product unless more people just keep
I
giving
am
them
listening,
money.
my friend.
It's actually kind of crazy. It's like if I said, yeah, that car you bought that you drive to work and whatnot, sorry, I gotta take that back from you because you see, these people
Comlink
here didn't
active.
buy more cars from me. So that now means you have to lose access to the thing that you bought from me and are using.
Times of war are upon us.
As well. Like, you realize how stupidly insane that sounds when you take this explanation and then place it against literally any other form of business transaction in the world. Sorry, you can't have electricity in your home because these people
Insufficient
didn't pay
metal.
their bills. So now you just lose your access to the internet and whatever. Don't get mad at me, okay? Blame these other consumers instead, who just didn't buy
Civilian
enough of the thing
research
that you bought.
complete.
It's just not my fault. It's out of my hands. This is basically what they're saying to you. When in actuality, though, it really isn't. The fact that VGE then claims that the better alternative is to simply give players a heads up before they take these games offline while retaining 100% of the money they made while removing the product that you bought is exactly why Stop Killing Games is so important, because that business practice is completely flawed. I think we can all agree on this one. Like, seriously, please tell me in the comments. Is there any other product or industry that you can think of where you have that product taken from you against your will because others didn't buy enough of it too? The only comparison I can think of maybe is like a streaming service, but then again, streaming services removing movies or shows, that's also a major problem that also directly ties into this movement too, and also kind of proves the point that none of this is really fair, but in every other aspect, when you buy something, it's yours. Whether it's a car, a TV, a couch, or really anything else, the fact your entitlement to said product is not based on your actions alone, but instead the actions of a hypothetical monolith of other consumers out there is just crazy. And the fact that VGE answered this movement with that response is exactly why this movement needs to happen, because let's be real, this is terrible. And the fact they even chalk it up to this needs to happen because us taking the game you bought from you is actually just us protecting you via the laws is crazy. What are you protecting me from in this instance? The only thing you're protecting is your ability to keep the money I paid for.
Planet item complete.
These
the item is ready.
Protection laws are misnamed if you ask me. They're publisher protection laws in actuality, and they have nothing to do with the well-being or desires of me or the people watching this video, and then some. None of this protects us. I want to use a game that is not wholly online to exactly
civilian structure complete.
Tell you that it's not just online games that are affected by
military
this.
research complete.
Did you guys ever play Transformers Fall or War for Cybertron? I thought those games were excellent. Personally, I found those two games to be the best Transformer games ever made, and I love them so much. Even the online component to those games as well was really fun to play too. But I lost countless hours customizing my Transformers and joining the campaign that it had as well.
You got the full weight of a starbase at your disposal.
You see, both of these games were released on PS4 and Xbox One and so on a few years back. They originally came out on PS3, Xbox 360, and then some, in case you didn't know. However, following that release, they mysteriously just disappeared from all digital storefronts. You can still search them up on these game services, and yeah, they will pop up, but you can't buy or play them anymore even if you bought them again, like I did. Meaning that yes, Activision and Hasbro essentially took my money and many others for these Transformer games and then turned around and went, oh, sorry. You see, the licensing agreement kind of ended, so we're just gonna pull all these games from you whether you like it or not. And if you just didn't already have these games, downloaded on your console or library, you now had no Transformers games to play or enjoy, even if you wanted to, despite paying the money for it. Let me prove a point to you, okay? This is from Games Radar back in 2023. Activision didn't actually lose the delisted Transformer games, Hasbro says shortly after insinuating Activision lost the Transformer
Our fleet
games.
is under attack.
So obviously fans of Transformers, myself included, were pissed, because these games are actually so awesome, dude. But notoriously, a Hasbro
civilian research complete
about why these games suddenly got delisted out of nowhere, then tried to claim that actually the reason why the games are now gone were because there was a loss of the actual data of these Transformer games. Yeah, they claim that they just lost the
military structure complete.
Nobody knows why.
The strength of the coalition.
I'm not even kidding. Here's what the rep said. Sadly, apparently, Activision's not sure
standing
what
by.
Drives they're on in their building.
Fleet deployment acknowledged. Ready for battle. Control group created. Start making your dinner plans. This won't take long.
That they'll go through all of the archives and every hard drive to find it all because it's an easy Game Pass ad. We want those games back up for people to have a chance to play. Then, an Activision executive would get interviewed about this exact same question and would say this instead. These headlines are wrong. We have the code. It's not lost and never was. Oh, so Hasbro was lying the entire time and the Transformer games are totally fine and they're safe and all that? Well, how did Hasbro answer this? They said, to clarify, comments that suggest Transformer games have been lost were made in error. Ah, of course they were. The
civilian structure complete.
Wanted more money for the rights, and Activision said no. So, because of the greed of these companies, you now can no longer play these amazing Transformer games, even if you wanted to. And this is what Stop Killing Games is all about. And by showing you how these executives
military research complete. Civilian structure complete.
Group, they're just cut from the same cloth too. It's not that they're saddened that you can't play these games anymore.
Good day, Commander.
They don't care if you can't, as long as someone isn't paying them enough. Because yeah,
additional credits required.
And the art, the fandom, the legacy, none of those matter to people like these. We're all just meat for these people, for the grind.
Civilian structure complete.
Maybe you wanted to play, I don't know, Spider-Man Web of Shadows one of these days again. Oh, sorry, my bad. That game is also delisted.
I don't have all
same
day.
reason, by the way. The license expired. And by the way, Web of Shadows doesn't even have any online components. It's just a badass single-player Spider-Man game where you can wield cool
Orders received.
City.
Civilian structure complete.
Actually, this only affects online games. No, it doesn't. It affects all games. You can't even play the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games for the same reason too. All of these excellent games that I've mentioned just lost in the netherworld of like corporate greed.
Ready for battle.
Isn't getting paid enough to let the game just stay up so people can still play it. And seriously, that sucks because Spider-Man Web of Shadows, in case you haven't played that game, it's so dope, dude. If you haven't played it, you're doing yourself a disservice. But unfortunately,
you got the full weight of a Starbase at your disposal.
Your PS3 or something, you're genuinely SOL at this point. And the fact that the VGE says that private servers are not always a viable option, that is also absurd. Yes, they are. You know they are. You just don't want them to be an option because you won't make as much money than if they are. But the fact that the better alternative here is to just nuke the game from orbit, then allow it to seemingly exist for the rest of time is awful. And just, who are these people that just, decide these things? Are they even of like a neutral party that works for the betterment of games? Well, let's go look at that now.
The item is ready.
VGE is Hester Woodliff, who has ties to Warner Brothers games, because of course.
Reading you loud and clear. Set a course. Comlink active.
Activision even. Who else do we have?
That's more like it.
Microsoft. Yeah, they just laid off 9,100 people, by the way. Nintendo. Sony,
reading you loud and clear. Moving out.
Dude, this just reads like
hostile forces have arrived.
No wonder this board that are demanding stop killing games ends, because these people
are
literally the entire games industry that benefits from the killing of these very games.
Times of war are upon us.
Stuff like that many games
ready for battle.
To be
easily done.
That these proposals would just worsen developer choice. No, they wouldn't. You know they wouldn't. You're like that Hasbro executive who lied about Transformers.
I am listening, my friend. I will take it under advisement.
Giants get to decide whether a game is made.
Point way to next conquest.
It's not the developer. Stop lying. Don't try
Orders
to gaslight
received.
Others into thinking that the reason why some games are always online is because the developers wanted it that way to begin with. No, your investors and your shareholders wanted it that way so that you could force microtransactions and more active products.
I am listening, my friend.
Make as much money as possible.
We must teach them respect.
Giving you and the other suits an easy kill-all option that you could pull at any given time that you wanted, so that you
point
could
way to next conquest.
Once it stopped making the money that you wanted from it, so you could stop paying to keep it alive while also keeping
weapons
all the money
at the ready.
Off with it. It's so gross.
Opening fire. Steady on.
Transformers and Spider-Man. These games have robust single-player.
Let's show them what we're made of.
Play either of them digitally.
Comlink online. You made the right choice. Fleet created. Squadron checking in.
And the fact that they're trying to say, well, the way
yes, Commander, at once.
Out of our hands anyways. We can't make them work because they're made from the ground up to be digital only. Yet they of course leave out the fact that it's because of them these games are forced to be online only to begin with. Transformers doesn't need to be online only.
Shields
it has a
down.
single-player campaign. You suits just use this as a convenient gaslighting material thing to get your way in the end like you always do. This entire mission statement, I'm not kidding you, it reads in such a way that these executives are just hoping that you're all too stupid or bothered to think critically about any of this. And then they try at the end there, which reads that these games would become too expensive to make if Stop Killing Games got its way. Are you kidding me? The games being made, their budgets are finalized.
You got the full weight of a Starbase at your disposal.
Don't lie to me.
Good day, Commander.
These developers need to go to you to say,
Comlink
hey,
active.
This amount of money
Fleet
to
created.
This game. And then you go, actually, we could only give you this much, and then you sign a
ready
check
for battle.
It's not up to the
control group created.
Again, These people lie and try to shift the blame to make themselves seem like they're the ones who have their hands tied. So tell me this
Good
then,
day,
okay? If the
Commander.
developers can't decide anything on games, and
Comm
neither
link
can the publishers
online.
who pay for these
Control
games
group
events,
created.
then who exactly is paying for these games to get made at? Like, who's doing it? The mole people? Aliens? Who's the top dog here that is giving games these overbloated budgets and then complaining that they're too much money to make them? Because it has to be someone. And my guess, it's probably not aliens, but a bunch of people who don't play video games in the first place that have investors and whatnot who all sit in a room with various Zoom calls in the background saying, okay, we're going to make
I've got a
this and
clean
give this
shot.
much money to make it. And it's
I've got
also
a
these
clean
publishers
shot.
that time and again
I'll hit 'em
have
where it
insanely
hurts.
high expectations
I've
for
got a
their
clean
games.
shot.
Like, did you know? This is crazy. Let me show you guys
We've
something.
got
See
'em
here from
right where we
Textbook.
want 'em.
Electronic Arts has set a goal
You
for
got the
next
full
Battlefield
weight of a
to hit
star base at your
100
disposal.
million players. And it also has a budget
The
of
item
roughly
is
$400
ready.
million in total as well. Why are they spending more money making a Battlefield game than it took to make like Avengers Endgame? So let me get this straight. You guys have the money to blow to make a new multiplayer shooter game, but you don't have the money to keep games from being delisted.
Comm
This is
link
incredible.
online.
Also, can we just like circle back to that number for a second? 100 million players.
Weapons at the ready.
The next Battlefield. Are they crazy? Not
Weapons
even
at the ready.
Fortnite reaches numbers anywhere close to that, and they have robust free platforms for like.
Comm link
Where
active.
are these 100 million players supposed to be coming from? Mind you, the entire Battlefield series.
Yes, I
in
don't
case
have
you
all
don't know,
day.
it
We
debuted
go
in
now,
2002.
yes?
It has amassed somewhere around 88 million copies sold for the entire franchise.
What do you
So
need to
EA
know?
wants this next Battlefield game that costs $400 million.
On my
oh
way.
my god, dude. To reach a higher player count than every single other Battlefield game ever released combined, by the way, and then some in this one game. Talk about setting yourselves up for failure there. What happens when this next Battlefield, I think it's called Battlefield 6
Military
right now,
structure
but I don't know
complete.
if that's the official name. It may end up being something
You
else,
got
but
the
whatever.
full
How's
weight
it
of a
gonna reach
star
this
base at your
insanely
disposal.
loaded number? And what happens then?
Reading
You're
you
gonna lay off
loud
the
and
voice
clear.
that doesn't hit that,
Military
say, "I
research
failed," because
complete.
they didn't reach your insanely high expectations that obviously make literally
Comm
no
link
sense from a player
active.
standpoint. And what happens in, I don't know, 5 years from now when this Battlefield game can't maintain your
I am
projections?
listening, my
Are
friend.
you just gonna kill this game too? Like you have so many others in the past and studios as well,
Yes,
'cause
I
EA
don't
has
have all
killed
day.
so many, dude. They're just gonna what? Turn the servers off?
Orders
Maybe you'll
received.
claim the game is also lost on a hard drive somewhere in some employee's desk that nobody knows about. But
Good
you'll keep
day,
all the money,
Commander.
of course, that you made, and then sunset this Battlefield game alongside other ones one day. Because sorry, it's not making hundreds of millions of dollars a month anymore. So now all this work and playtime and cosmetics and dedication and fandom, guess what? None of it matters anymore. And now we're just gonna kill this game like so many others before it.
Comm
And
link
where does this
online.
end exactly?
Comm
You
link
see,
active.
This is why stop
Reading
killing
you
games is
loud
so
and clear.
important, because these people don't care about the integrity nor the longevity.
Times of
these
war
games.
are upon us.
It shows.
Good day,
If
Commander.
They're not complaining about games not
Standing
selling enough,
by,
they're complaining
ready
that it's
for
actually
battle.
This company's fault.
That's
And
more
if it's
like
not
it.
that, actually, we're just gonna sunset this game because
You got the full weight of a star base at your
We set the
disposal.
budget ourselves to games like the new Battlefield to $400 million. By the way, that's totally
Where
normal
to
isn't it?
now?
Like, look at what that same TechSpot article said about this new Battlefield's expectations. Several Electronic Arts developers who have worked on the project
I'm
expressed
already
concern that
there.
the company is setting an unrealistic goal by targeting 100 million players, a figure significantly higher than what any previous title in the franchise has achieved.
Preparing for
Yeah,
phase jump.
unrealistic is not
Reading
really
you
the word I
loud
would
and
use. I
clear.
would probably say
You got the full weight of a
absolutely not
star
confront
base
is
at your
more appropriate
disposal.
here. They even say, as seen here, that the previous Battlefield hit 22
Let's
million
show 'em
players,
what
and
we're
the most
made of.
successful Battlefield, which was Battlefield
Reading
1,
you loud
hit
and
roughly
clear.
30 million
Good
players.
day,
So
Commander.
EA wants this next one to hit basically a 300% influx of players, otherwise they're going to be disappointed, and then lay off a bunch of developers who are working their cheeks off to meet the demands of these people who don't even play video games anyways. And yet, EA is also a part of that same council that again said stop killing games as being unrealistic. What are we doing, guys? What is happening? The industry is like a string now. And the insanely out of touch suits are on one side pulling for more money, more players, more microtransactions. And the other side is the developers and the players trying to pull these freaks back into reality. Battlefield 6, or whatever they end up calling it, will have a free-to-play mode at launch, but apparently the game itself will still be a premium title. So think of it sort of like Call of Duty, you know, Black Ops 6 coming out, and then Warzone, like pretty much that, but
Military research complete.
It's probably also going to be $80 digitally at retail, because, you know, Nintendo screwed everyone over with their greed already earlier this year.
Good day, Commander.
Believing that this game will somehow hit a 100 million player mark is insane.
Yes,
Imagine being
I don't have all
this
day.
game being told with a straight face, if this game doesn't reach
I
3
am
times
listening,
and
my
then
friend.
some, the player base of the most successful game in this series, you'll be
I
out of
will
a job,
take it
but I
under
won't, even though
advisement.
I make all the dumb decisions, but you will. But this is where we are with this
Comlink
Games initiative.
active.
The very
Standing
people
by.
who actively work against the player's best intentions are trying to claim that this movement is both unrealistic and will harm the integrity of online video games in the future, while completely ignoring the fact that it's these very same types' greed and need for online experiences that will into existence for the sole purpose of nickel and diming you for all the paid cosmetics and the collaboration skins that will inevitably come to these games, and more so that they can buy more houses and yachts. And that these games and the way they are being created
Hostile
are
forces
designed
have
with the sole
arrived.
intention to
Military
make as much
research
money
tier
as
complete.
possible as quickly
Can I
as
do
they
out?
can, so they can then pull the rug from underneath you, leaving you with nothing, and then making off into the sunset like a bunch of bandits. And yet they see you as the problem and never them. I want you to know I will be pushing and fighting for this movement as much as I can, because I believe it. Whether it's Transformers, Spider-Man, Battlefield, and more, yeah, this needs to
Yes,
change.
I don't
We
have all
truly
day.
need these companies to, as in the name
Orders
suggests,
received.
stop
Comlink
killing games.
online.
But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Helldivers 2 may have just did the impossible, from first releasing as a cultural phenomenon to only falling off a cliff into obscurity due to all kinds of problems. To
Times
now
of
turning it
war
all
are
back
upon
around
us.
again. So,
Shields
how did
down.
Helldivers 2
Good
do
day,
it? And
Commander.
what does this mean
Comlink
for the future of
active.
live service, especially from Sony, who helped finance this game? That is
Yes,
understandably
I don't
shaken
have all
the
day.
heavens of games
I
as
will
a
take it
service.
under
Will they learn
advisement.
the right or
I am
wrong
listening,
lessons?
my
Well,
friend.
let's dive into it.
Orders received.
Firstly, this explosion of Helldivers players isn't just happening in a
You got the
microcosm.
full weight
It's
of a
actually
star
been
base at
steadily
your
increasing
disposal.
and getting stronger
Logistics
for a bit.
upgrade
Seen
complete.
here from GameSpot.
Civilian research
Helldivers 2
complete.
update sees players returning in
Our
droves.
planet
This
is under
all
siege.
began when Arrowhead
Times
released
of
the
war
first
are upon us.
update to Helldivers
Ready
2,
for
which
battle.
saw Earth getting invaded by the
Comlink
Illuminates and brought things
active.
like land vehicles and more to the game.
Fleet deployment
Effectively, this
acknowledged.
update, which is
Easily
free
done.
if you already own
Ready
Helldivers
for
2,
battle.
has
That's
practically
more like
saved the
it.
game and
Reading
ushered
you
in a
loud and
second
clear.
renaissance for Arrowhead's then struggling shooter. And I gotta be honest, guys, I dropped Helldivers 2 last year. After the community manager's controversy and all the other things, I kind of just fell out of love with the game. I hadn't played this game in months. Then last night, before I went to bed, I decided, let's try this Heart of Democracy update. It can't be that great, right? So I turned the game on, I played a mission, and was bombarded with tons of quality of life updates. And one mission became 2, and then 2 became 3. Next thing I know, my eyeballs
The
hurt,
item
I
is
motion
ready.
sickness, but firstly, the game
Opening
has
fire. Steady on. You got the full weight of a star base at your
I
disposal.
also checked the upgrades to the ship, and it was just littered in new upgrades all over. I'm like, oh my god, this game is everything now. It just effectively became a much better version of what I played originally last year. I was now shooting weird aliens and running around in a city with people and asking my team members how to do things like mark points on the map, because I forgot how to play the game pretty much. Again, it's been like 10 months since I played this game.
Let's show 'em what we're made of.
Outside the new updated
Weapons at the ready. Military structure complete. Let's show 'em what we're made of. Weapons at the ready.
Yet I saw zero screen tearing or chugging of any kind on my PS5 Pro. And the chief creative officer at Arrowhead even posted how the game had
You got the
reached
full
almost
weight of a
200,000
star base
players
at your
on Steam
disposal.
following that Heart of Democracy update. And these days, the game is now sitting around 60,000 players.
How? They're through our armor. Let's show 'em what we're made of.
has the
Opening fire. Steady on. Let's show 'em what we're made of. Opening fire. Steady on. Weapons at the ready. Weapons at the ready.
And pretty much went from the top echelon of multiplayer games to kind of like just falling off a cliff for a long time until right now, as Games Radar posted here. The Illuminate threat has been thwarted.
Ready for battle.
Earth has been
Comlink
saved despite
online.
millions dying and leaving Earth in ruins.
Good
And this
day,
level
Commander.
of live-service meta storytelling is also something that rarely seems to be replicated in today's age like this. So how did Helldivers do this? What makes this game different? Well, a few things. And actually, I also want to compare it to Sony's other ill-fated multiplayer game Marathon, because there's something going on there too. But I think the reason
I
why
am listening,
Helldivers
my
2 has
friend.
been singing in praises and players is because
Opening fire. Steady on.
but I
Weapons
don't
at the
think
ready.
there's a game like Helldivers
Opening
2
fire.
that
Steady on.
anywhere
Weapons at the
else
ready.
like it does. Most online
Civilian
games are
structure
either
complete.
PvP-based, which
Aye.
doesn't necessarily sing to someone like me because I'm a 32-year-old man, and my knees crack when I walk, so knowing I have to fight like 12-year-olds and say Fortnite usually
We've
means
been
I'm gonna get
crippled.
sniped from across the world by some kid who is running on the walls from eating too many Skittles. And my battered bones can't take the abuse that these multiplayer games usually require.
Standing
Not to
by.
mention the time
Times
too.
of
I can't
war
play
are
Fortnite
upon
all
us.
day, or Overwatch,
Comlink
or really anything
active.
else. I got things to do, like write and edit this video, for instance, or staring at the wall for 8 hours. Maybe that's why Helldivers 2 is doing what it's doing, because it's not exactly going for the hardcore Ritalin popping,
Ready for
supercharged
battle.
stream sniping crown.
Control group
Instead, Helldivers
created.
2 more so just
Commanders
caters to the
on
average
deck.
Joe, the guy
An
or girl
excellent
that's not my
plan.
favorites here, who works 8 hours a day. It doesn't really have the time to
Ready
study
for
a game's
battle.
mechanics like it's a Bible, but instead just wants to unwind and shoot some aliens or bugs or robots with friends, and not really have to
I
worry
am
that their
listening, my
KD
friend.
is lowering because some kid with more prime in their
I will
veins than
take it
blood
under
is hunting them down
advisement.
24/7.
Phase jump
I think the
is being
secret sauce to
ready.
Helldivers is
You got the
twofold.
full
One is,
weight of a
they
star
cater to the
base at your
average player,
disposal.
which is usually a good thing to do if you want your game to survive, and the other, however, is that they uniquely don't offer an experience that is replicated elsewhere to such a degree. Helldivers 2 is an extraction shooter. I mean, let's be real, it is. Sure, you're not hunting
Comlink
down other players
online.
like in, say, Marathon
Set a
or
course.
something, but you're sent down from space.
Can I do
to go
out?
find it. You do recon, you collect
Military
stuff, you shoot
research
stuff, you survive,
complete.
hopefully reach the end with your limbs attached to you still to get extracted to reap the rewards. Yep, it's an extraction shooter, alright, but it's not punishing in the way that other extraction-like games are. Of course, when you look at something like Marathon, it's going for a similar design to Helldivers, but instead replaces the PvE focus elements with a much more bigger emphasis on the PvP side of the equation. And that game hasn't worked in its betas for anyone, it seems. Never mind the art controversies, Marathon is just cooked beyond belief because it's trying to exist in this middle ground between what Helldivers does and Call of Duty or Tarkov want to do while not really committing to either side. And now Bungie has even admitted defeat. This is from Video Games
Ready
Chronicle.
for
Bungie has officially
battle.
delayed Marathon
Our fleet
with
is under
voices strong
attack.
and clear. As Bungie stated,
Hostile
they need
forces
more time
have
to crank
arrived.
Marathon into the game that truly reflects your passion and
I
that
am
it removes the
listening,
additional
my friend.
development time to empower the team to create the intense, high-stakes
Comlink
experience that a title
active.
like Marathon is built around. Which is all fine and good, but I think the reception to Marathon when compared to Helldivers kind of tells me anyway that
Weapons at the ready.
wrong things.
Opening fire. Steady on. Let's show 'em what we're made of.
Our fleet is under attack.
Weapons at the ready.
And I genuinely don't even
Weapons at the ready.
like that. Helldivers 2
Opening fire. Steady on.
Civilian research complete.
We're going down.
Players are far more likely to enjoy your game if the enemy is not 100% always some streamer or again, those damn kids who are doing somersaults from the sugar in their veins. Hate
Good
this.
day, Commander.
Fortnite, god damn it. Anyway, the point is that while I can see what Bungie is trying to do here, the reception to their game is everything you don't really want for your shooter game. And what Helldivers has done is everything you do want, and for good reason. However, if you're like me, you're probably wondering, why is Sony hell-bent on pursuing more games like Helldivers 2? The reason is simple, it's money. As this from Games Radar details that 52% of PlayStation's entire revenue is made up by a small elite amount of games. The exact number is 8 games specifically, which combined make more money per year than the other 12,000 plus games available on PlayStation right now. And you know what's even more wild? Helldivers 2? It isn't even in those top 8 games 3 in all that money right now. Here's the actual list of games doing those insane numbers as seen here, which includes Grand Theft Auto 5, Genshin
Weapons
Impact,
at the
Fortnite,
ready.
Call of Duty, Roblox, NBA 2K, EA Sports.
Let's
FC,
show 'em
EA
what
Sports,
we're
College
made
Football.
of.
That's it.
Weapons
Those
at the
games
ready.
are part of this
The item is ready.
majority of PlayStation revenue, and none of those games, by the way, are
Our
even
planet
owned
is
by
under
Sony, but
siege.
are all third-party instead. Those games plus subscription services, Ubisoft Plus, and more made up 53%.
Our
of
shields
Sony's
are down,
revenue
Commander.
from 2024 to March 2025. That's insane. It's no wonder Sony wants to pursue more live service titles, despite Helldivers 2 having this crazy comeback where they genuinely did the
Times
impossible
of
for
war
Helldivers
are
to
upon
stand
us.
as compared to the giants of the genre. But this does tell you why these companies want
Opening
so badly to
fire.
have their own live service
Steady on.
titles, and why places like Sony are trying to
Our
replicate
shields are
what
down,
Helldivers
Commander.
has achieved. And despite high-profile failures like Concord, like Sony admits here, they still want to create not
Weapons
one,
at
but
the ready.
multiple Helldivers
No
2-like success
armor!
stories in the future. But this then begs the question, sure, they
Let's
achieved
show
it
'em
with
what we're
Helldivers, but
made
can
of.
they somehow
That's
actually
more like it.
what happened
Opening
there
fire.
multiple times
Steady on.
over in other
Ready
genres?
for
The other
battle.
question lies that has to be
Easily
asked too,
done.
which is,
Planet
are
item
there enough
complete.
people to even reasonably sustain all of these games? The answer to that is yes, but also no. You see, Helldivers 2, like I said, it carved out a unique niche for itself that no doubt, if I had to
Yes,
guess,
I
other
don't
games
have all
will
day.
be ripping off and replicating in the future for sure. Because the Helldivers 2 blueprint is far too compelling to not copy. If you ask me, a game like Space Marine 2 in the future with its sequel, doing a Helldivers 2-like multiplayer experience, but with its unique brand of monsters and
Comlink
Space Marines, dude, that would
active.
do gangbusters. Are you kidding me? But even games like Halo, or Gears of War, even Destiny, could also benefit greatly from a Helldivers 2-like extraction mode.
Weapons
But
at
key
the
there,
ready.
The reason why Helldivers works is because it's PvE focused. Are you kidding me though? A Space
Our
Marine
planet is under
drop
siege.
down onto a planet and shoot aliens and objectives would be insane. I need another Halo.
Opening fire. Steady on. Weapons at the ready.
Our shields are down, Commander.
Instead of it really ever happening. Because the gameplay loop of Helldivers 2 is
Ready for
far
battle.
too compelling to
That's
ignore
more
when you
like it.
start in base.
Good
All
day,
this stuff has to be
Commander.
unlocked. You drop
We're
down on some
crippled.
planet, you do some stuff, blow some
Comlink
stuff up,
active.
Honestly, it's kind of genius in how simple
No
it is.
armor!
And it's a concept
We're
that will be
going down,
replicated the
Commander.
same way that Demon's
Ready
Souls ended
for
up giving
battle.
birth in the Souls
Who
like
needs air
genre
support?
too.
An
We're gonna
excellent
actually end up with
plan.
games like Helldivers
Comlink
in the future. What are we
active.
gonna call them then? Hell-likes, Diver-likes, Democracy boards?
Opening fire.
The point
Steady
is that
on.
it's just going to happen no matter what. And Sony, like
We're
I said, is
crippled.
hell-bent on replicating Helldivers' success, really no matter what the cost.
Weapons
Helldivers,
at the
however,
ready.
was so successful
Let's
with
show
Arrowhead
'em what
that they've
we're
also
made of.
confirmed as seen here
Ready
from
for
Gamerange to have
battle.
100%
That's
self-funded
more like
Arrowhead's
it.
game.
Our
Which also
shields are
puts
down,
Sony in a
Commander.
weird spot
We're
now,
going
as
down,
Arrowhead doesn't
Commander.
necessarily need them to publish
Times
or
of war are upon us.
Sure,
Comlink
Sony will still be money
active.
off whatever Arrowhead makes
Our
next.
planet is
This
under
Helldivers
siege.
3. What else could it be if we're being honest? But Sony still wants their own games to do that as well, that they also own. Obviously, Concord wasn't it. Marathon currently is also not really doing the thing that they want either. And I think when it comes to the online live service space, players just want cool games they can't really get anywhere else. And yes,
Opening
Helldivers
fire.
is that unique
Steady on.
niche that It Alone
Weapons
feels
at the
now.
ready.
Fortnite is a bona fide platform of a game. And then you got stuff
Good
like Call of
day,
Duty,
Commander.
which is, you know, Call of Duty. And it's not like this is a new thing for Sony either. 53% of their revenue in 2022 came from live service.
Comlink active.
And in 2024, you can believe it. And if you want raw numbers, PlayStation as a platform made $27.5
Reading you
billion
loud and
in
clear.
2024. So about
Good
half
day,
of that advance
Commander.
was from that small group
Comlink
of games alone.
active.
Alinea Analytics, which obviously analyzes
Fleet
the sales
deployment
data of games,
acknowledged.
has a big report
Ready
in
for
June.
battle.
And as you can see here, all the best-selling games on Steam, regardless of genre, in May 2025 are on display. And all of these games did very well in varying price points. However, beyond these games, the next best-selling game on Steam after those shows was, of course, Helldivers 2. And according to Alinea Analytics, Helldivers 2 had its best month since
Weapons
its
at the
debut
ready.
just this May 2025.
Weapons at
Which
the
obviously
ready.
That's when Heart of Democracy launched, selling another 537,000 copies on Steam alone. Jesus, no word on PlayStation though. This also means, according to Alinea, that Helldivers 2 on Steam alone, mind you, has now sold 11.6 1.8 million copies so far, and generated somewhere
Hostile forces have arrived.
$7 million in revenue as well, making it Sony's fastest release ever for them as a company.
Reading you
beating
loud and
everything
clear.
else, if you can believe that. And as seen here from this handy graph on screen, Helldivers 2 saw its biggest spike in
Comlink
DAU,
active.
or daily active users, with the release of Heart of Democracy. Arrowhead also dropped the game's price from 40 to 32 following the release of the update to get more
Our
people
shields
in,
are
and
down,
yeah,
Commander.
It worked all right. So this brought Helldivers 2's daily active users to a record-breaking
Civilian research
3.7
complete.
million players in May 2025 following that big new update. Crazy doesn't even begin to describe it, fellas. As seen
Good
here in this
day,
other
Commander.
graph, we can see where Helldivers 3 fell on the best-selling games in May 2025.
Times of war are upon us.
That Battlefield 1 sold 300,000 copies in May 2025 as well. That game is 9 years old. Again, people really want a new battle. But the point is that what Arrowhead has done here with Helldivers 2 has proven that
We've lost contact with one of our
and
planets.
just became a major player again that looks to stay for the long run. Again, this is why companies, why they want more live service titles, because they keep selling like
Point
hotcakes
V to
when
next
they're done
conquest.
right, and that's the point.
Target
It's
acquired.
just a shame
Firing
that
now.
the likelihood of your live service title doing this well is pretty
Can I
much
do
next
out?
to impossible for most. But it then
Standing
brings an
by.
issue I want to discuss
Comlink
before I close out
active.
this video, which is this, and let me know what you think about this too, of course. Is this push for live service a good or bad thing for games? Because as seen here from Game Developer Collective, 70%
Fire at
of all
will.
game developers worry about the impacts and business
Let's
models
show
of
'em
live
what
service
we're
titles,
made
and
of.
That's a fair concern to have. Because before a game would be made, it would ship, and then development would cease. But now, games get made, ship, and then they have content made perpetually for the rest of time, pretty much until either the game dies or
Civilian
something else.
structure
And I'm
complete.
worried that people will learn the wrong lessons from Helldivers 2's
Comlink
success, which is that they'll
active.
think, oh, if we launch a
Comlink
$40
online.
USD like they did, we'll be a success. Or if we do an extraction shooter like they're doing,
Our
we'll
planet
do
is under
great too.
siege.
Not realizing that the core reason
Ready
why
for
Helldivers 2
battle.
has been so
Our fleet is
successful
under
because it
attack.
offers a unique
Our shields are down,
experience
Commander.
that hasn't been replicated elsewhere yet, or at least to the level of quality that it is achieving right now. And while, yes,
Reading
this
you
is
loud
a
and
positive
clear.
for gaming with Helldivers 2 swinging back like this, I do hope that games as a whole do not suddenly think that they all need to be the next Helldivers. It's kind of like if every new YouTuber is like, I'm going to be the next Mr. Beast. You're not going to become the next Mr. Beast. And if you go into that thinking that you
Let's
will, and
show 'em what
100%
we're
don't
made
become
of.
that, you're going to be angry and sad and disappointed,
Weapons
but
at
you
the
went in
ready.
with the wrong expectations. And that's Helldivers. Not every game will land like it did. Not even studios with pedigrees and live service can seem to replicate past successes. Like Bungie, for example, with Marathon even right now. So
Aye.
while sure, okay, Helldivers 2 may have done the impossible this time, I just really hope that studios are looking at its success and don't think that that is the path forward come hell or high
Can I
water.
do
If
out?
the gameplay loop and the identity is not there to begin with, we are about to end up with a lot more field live service
Our
games than
shields are
really
down,
anything
Commander.
else. And if you haven't tried
Comlink
Helldivers 2's
active.
newest update, by the way, maybe go give it a try. The update is free if you own the game. The game is on sale right now, too. And no, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I'm just telling you that if you've been, holding off on jumping into the game, that now is
No
definitely the
armor!
time to do it. What do you
Aye.
think of Helldivers 2's resurgence? Will the industry learn the right lessons? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. See you next time.
The strength of the coalition.
No armor!
As if the bar couldn't get lower,
No
Pirate Software
armor!
has somehow found new ways to hit internet rock bottom. This guy's legacy is like an internet onion.
Shields
Healed
down.
every single
We've
day,
lost contact with one of our-
just exposing more rotten